plaintiff, Khalil Johnson, was friends with the defendant, and he claims the defendant spends all of his money on women. Khalil claims he once caught the defendant having sex with a married woman in their bathroom while her husband was in the living room playing video games. Khalil is suing his former roommate for rent and an electric bill. Defendant Adam Bosco says the only reason he's in court is because Khalil is jealous of the amount and caliber of women he brought into their home. Adam says he had women in the house 2 to 3 times a week, whereas Khalil was lucky to have one a month, and he denies owing Khalil for anything.
All right, start with you.
Okay, Your Honor, I met Adam here about 10 years ago on a job. We got along pretty good. He's silly. I'm a silly guy. After a while of hanging with him, I noticed that this guy is all about the ladies, and I don't mean in a good way. I mean, all his money goes to ladies, and that's all he cares about is partying and things like that. And he's also a big liar. He lies shamelessly. Even to me, last year, he told my girlfriend that she shouldn't trust me, that I'm a big player. And when I confronted him about it...
You his buddy and his roommate?
Yes. And he told her she shouldn't trust me. And so I confronted him about him. He said he did that for me because she was a skank. I mean, I don't know, that's ridiculous, but that's what type of person he is. He also, he has a married couple that he hangs with. And one time I went to the bathroom and he's down there getting his groove on with this guy's wife. And I come upstairs and the guy's just watching TV playing PlayStation.
Sir, you want to address any of these characterizations of you?
I mean, honestly, Your Honor, to me, I'm only here today because this man's jealous. Jealous of the lifestyle I live, jealous of the hours I run by, and jealous of the caliber and amount of girls I bring into the house. I'm bringing in beautiful women. He's bringing in girls that are hood rats straight out the penitentiary. You know, I'm bringing in girls 2-3 times a week. He's bringing them in like food stamps once a month. You know, so...
Your Honor, if he means by beautiful women baby elephants, then I agree.
That's terrible.
I mean, if you see these women, they look like him, honestly. His girl he's with now looks just like him. I told him that.
You as low down as he described in terms of having your friend upstairs playing video games while you're downstairs with his wife. Did you do that, sir?
May I plead the fifth?
What else you want me to know, sir, before we get to the rent he's suing you about?
You know, he implemented a 9 o'clock curfew. I have to have my visitors out because Grandpa wants to go to sleep. You know, and he even tried to do this during the weekends.
His actual grandfather.
No, this is Grandpa right here.
I look younger,
you know,
I moved younger to him, though, but he's calling me Grandpa.
No, but I move in with my friend, and he turns into this man who doesn't party, doesn't do any of this. But he was before I moved in. So he turned into this whole other person I had no idea he was.
You ran him to the other extreme.
Apparently.
Because you were such a fool. Go ahead.
Your Honor,
tell me
we made rules when he first moved in, and the first couple months it was cool, but then he started violating them, like we're not supposed to have women stay more than a couple days. Oh, he got week-long girlfriends. And I mean girlfriends. 1 week is one girl. Next week is another girl. And then they have sex all over the house. I came downstairs, his best friend was having sex with a girl on my couch.
Jealous.
Thank you.
Jealous as it might be, I work 2 jobs, play on a basketball team, and I have a son. I do sleep a lot.
Hard.
I sleep a lot, I admit it. And he lied about the 9 o'clock. It was midnight.
I'm just kidding with you about being jealous and working too hard. You're living a very productive life.
I try.
And men who spend all their time with a bunch of different women are tricking off their money and their time. They could be working 2 jobs like you, taking care of their kids like you, being a productive person. You're probably saving some of your money. You got enough, obviously, to be able to loan or allow him to lean on you. And so you keep living a productive lifestyle.
Thank you,
and you keep living the Playboy broke lifestyle.
And Your Honor,
you go to strip clubs too? You can't afford that, huh? Or you can't get them out of the house to make it to the strip club. Go ahead, sir. Tell me about this.
Your Honor, would like to say that I feel like you. I came out of the gutter, and I had a hard life. I'm 36. I look younger, but when I was younger, I was a knucklehead. And when I first met him, I was kind of still a knucklehead. I met him 10 years ago. I'm older now. I admit I don't like to do some of the things he does, but I do it moderately. He just everyday drunk, and most of his nights end in tragedy because of his drinking.
What type of tragedy?
One night we were at a bar.
We're gonna get to the rent you're suing him for, but go ahead with this last example.
One night we were coming from a bar.
Go ahead.
We were coming from a bar. He comes outside, flaming, smelling like alcohol. He bumps into a cop, proceeds to his car, and the two cops are tagging each other, looking at him. He gets behind the wheel. As soon as he got behind the wheel, they arrested him. Like,
is that true, sir?
That's not true.
Yeah, he knows it's true.
That is not true.
He knows it's true.
That is not true.
All right, Your Honor, I asked him to move in because he was living in his cousin's basement, okay? Like I said, we were friends. Everything was cool the first year, but then I'm gonna say around October or November.
So he stayed with you for a year?
Yes, and he was paying. We had even little difficulties then, but whenever he couldn't pay, I would pay. He
How
would
much
pay me
was
back.
he paying on average?
The rent is, we split it $250 each.
And
it's
he was
$500.
paying for that year?
Yes.
Give or take some months?
Yes, some months, but he always paid me back whenever I had his back. I'm not gonna lie about that. And he pays. We divided the bills. I paid the gas and the cable. He pays the electric and the water. Well,
you all did that for a year with no problem?
Right.
All
well,
right.
I don't know. I'm not in his business, but apparently he wasn't, because about October he was, having problems again. But it didn't really matter until December 31st. His job laid him off on New Year's Eve, which is a horrible job. But anyway, I said, well, how are you going to be able to pay the rent? He said, well, I'm going to pay the electric, pay the rent. I got you in February. Well, he met a new girl and started disappearing for, 2 days at a time. I would come home, the food's eaten, but he's gone. By the end of January, I couldn't reach him at all. His phone was off. He was telling people he was in jail, blah, blah, blah. To make a long story short, February, I called from a different person's phone and got a hold of him finally. Are you going to give me some money soon? Are you moving out? No, I'm not moving out. All his stuff's still there. Please give me a chance. You haven't turned your back on me yet. I said, okay, and I actually have the breakdown for what he owes.
Sir, what do you want to tell me about the rent?
From February on, I don't feel I owe him for anything. I wasn't there. I moved out. My stuff wasn't there.
You didn't move out.
I'm sorry?
You told him you were moving?
I didn't tell him anything because of how uncomfortable he made me. He was bad-mouthing me to our friends, bad-mouthing me to the women I tried bringing in. He's telling them, oh, he's a deadbeat, don't even mess with him. So for me, just being around him, coming to get my stuff, he made it difficult for me to do.
But you got it?
No, I don't have it.
Oh, you just told me you got all your things.
I got some of my things.
Your Honor, his mom's ashes
You think
are still
this
at
is
the
a
house.
joke, but I got news for you. You're the joke. $2,430 for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
Are we going to Applebee's on you? Thank you.
You know what? You're just mad that I pull girls left and right because your girls are your left and right. Tell the twins I said
Old
hi.
man is paid. That's all I got to say. Dude, I just need you to get your life together. Me, that old man stuff, that's not going anywhere. Get yourself together, because I know I'm together. You live with me, right?
I ain't living with you.
Now you're
and
not.
I don't need no father in my life.
All right. And I don't need no son. I don't need no little kid in my life. So if that's how you're going to be, go ahead.
Well, like I said, that's how you want to be. This is just jealousy. That's all I want to say.